come spend a day with me in Iran. I've lived in Iran for a year and this was the road to my school and it was so nostalgic to drive past. I love visiting malls in Iran because they're always so clean, so luxurious.
I want you guys to go read the comments under that video. Americans and Europeans are surprised that Tehran, like any modern day city, is livable. And that surprised Iranians are living lives that are comparable to how people are living over here. That much of the propaganda that our respective governments have been telling us about Iran is, of course, a lie. The narratives of dehumanization that the United States typically perpetuates about citizens of the Middle East and Middle Eastern culture in general is why when the US threatens Iran with war, the average American does not bat an eye. There is a very pronounced cultural narcissism that exists in the United States, Europe, and other Western countries, where citizens of these respective landmasses tend to think that they live in the only modern inhabitable places in the world. When considering things like technology and general infrastructure, you will typically see the best of it outside of the West, primarily in Asia, and that many of the things you would even see in places like the US would never exist in the Middle East. Skid Row, tent cities, mass homelessness, these are things that you just do not see in the Middle East. And in many of these countries, citizens typically enjoy privileges that Americans themselves do not have, like universal healthcare and education. And due to this cultural narcissism that many Americans suffer from, they typically are not well informed about other cultures and countries in the world, which leads them to believe blatant propaganda that their government pushes onto them about other cultures, about the Middle East, Latin America, about Africa. And this typically bleeds into and informs their opinion about other things like immigration. Of course, all these people want to come to the US. It's the only habitable country in the world. Everyone else is living in abject poverty. No one does school shootings like us. But the fact of the matter is, if you dare to travel outside of this country and outside of the West, you will no doubt be shocked at the standard of living that many of these citizens of these countries are living in. And that a lot of the problems that people have in the US, many people abroad, including in developing countries, don't even think about. But the government needs the average citizen to be ignorant and to believe these false ideas of the greatness of this country so that they can continue to drop bombs on people, while the average citizen just ignores it.